Okay, we're back again. Another video. One thing I want to do right now is start off by taking off some of these grids. They just seem like they're in the way to me, so I'm just going to go to these viewports and hit the grids. I'm going to leave it in our three-dimensional viewport because it symbolizes a floor for me. I don't know, somehow helps me deal with 3D space better. Alright, let's get that going on. We spent the whole last video just kind of moving around the different edges and vertices that we have, trying to get this to more closely approximate our pictures. Let's finally get around to doing some extruding and adding some geometry to this. Just going to double check a few of my views. I think we like how well this is starting to fill in that picture. This one's starting to match as well. Although looking at this, I noticed that, so we've got his arm in the way here in the picture, but imagining that's not there, I notice a distinct lack of anything to sit on down here. So we may fix that real quick. It may be as simple as pulling these two vertices out just a touch. And these. It's good for now. I think the more we do not overthink this one, the better. Alright, let's get back to extruding and making more geometry. Set that extrusion translation more like 1.5, and I'm going to make an attempt to do an offset here and see what that looks like. Let's try that at 0.4. It seems to go with our flow. And again, 1.5. I'll try an offset of 0.2 because I have a feeling we're going to be moving some things around. Yeah, our toon guy, his body shape really is angling back, most likely in an attempt to offset the weight of his belly. and we just kind of tapered straight up. So most of these lines are going to have to come back, and that's okay. Easy enough. Grab that line, and that one didn't go all the way around. We'll just move the one for now. That's fine. That one lines up, looks like it lines up good there. Back to faces. So I'm just trying to line up along the front side. We may have given him some back issues, which we'll fix shortly. While I've got that selected, we'll go ahead and try another extrusion. Again at 1.5 and 2. And then we'll move it back once more. Starting to get up close to a neck. Alright, one final extrusion at 1 and just a 0.5 offset. I wanted to go for more, but it seems to have been pulling these edges in way too close to each other. So we'll stick with that. Looks like I've got some real screen flicker going on. Oddly, for whatever reason, it seems that my reference planes are selectable now. And that should have been frozen. We'll go ahead and ignore it. I'll grab the front half of these faces and pull them back. Way too far, just want to see how far I can go. Okay. That's probably good. And we'll start working down his back. Straighten him out. Actually, I'm going to undo. With that same selection, try pulling it down. Undo that. That may be a problem. Start moving some of the rest of this closer to center, though. We're going to start needing some arms and possibly a neck. I think what we're going to do with this character is we're going to make his head a separate object, but we'll need some kind of a neck for it to sit on top of. I think we've got the torso fairly well faked out. Looks pretty good on the side view. Looks like we need to be doing some trimming on the front. So these probably need to come in quite a bit. And then we'll need to make some allowances for the arms. Well, this drawing probably didn't turn out exactly as I should have done it. As I think I mentioned before, these arms we probably want to stick a little farther out, a little more level with the character shoulders, but we can work with this. Come back over here and start choosing some edges. Seems I already had some edges selected. So when arms come in, it's kind of hard to know where to start carving to get this line. Pull in a little bit and then start extruding some arms. Grab these edges here. Alright, so I've selected 4 and 4. With symmetry, that's a total of 16, as we can see up here selected. Pull in a bit, way too much. And we'll pull in some at the top too. Of course, we'll come back out as we have arms and shoulders, but for now, let's get out of the way. And grab some of these in the middle too so that we don't collide. Grab those 3. This other one I think will bend with us nicely. Pull those in. And since we've really kind of made it up as we've gone along, I have given you every calculation of every edge we moved and everything we extruded. I understand that your models aren't going to be exactly like this one, and that's probably for the best. A little variance might be fun. Go to object mode, hit F. Can I get a good angle on this? I just want to do a quick render to see. Yeah, we'll need some smoothing. We'll go into some smoothing groups and normals here in a little bit. But that looks almost like we know what we're doing. Alright, I'm going to pick a few polys and we are going to, or faces, and we're going to start extruding some arms out. See what we come up with. So I've got an idea that these 4 right in here are what I want, but this one edge just looks out of place. Start fixing our lines. And the vertex right in there could probably move. So now it's not selected, you don't see those lines, but that does make things much cleaner when you're trying to clean up and add new geometry. Alright, I'm going to grab these 4. I guess I could even at this point start to carve a little bit here. Let's do that first. I'm going to go into edge mode. I'm going to select this edge and this edge. Let me try to connect those. All right, it just kind of rounds out our eventual selection. Spin around. Looks good. Make sure it happened on the other side. Let's do the same thing here. Connect. Well, we've definitely got some shape. We could do that up top as well. Whoops. All right, now let's go back to faces. We took what was basically a square and made more of a stop sign out of it, an octagon. But that did add a little more form. Wait a minute. I seem to have lost some symmetry. Yeah, I've got 7 faces selected, so I think go back. We just did the bottom, okay. Back to edges. It looked like on this other side here, for whatever reason, we had lost that cut, so we were no longer symmetrical. So when I chose one face, the other side didn't get selected. It didn't quite find a match. I'm going to go into wireframe mode. Okay, maybe that's not what I want. Get wireframe mode when we go to double check ourselves. Let's try this again. We've got 2 edges selected. Try those 2. Okay, when we selected those, it doubled and said 4. Connect, great. Selected this one with symmetry on. I've got 2 edges selected. That one went to 4. I don't know what the selection problem was, but it seems to be working now. You can see our other edge over here on the other side. Spin around. Okay, we faked our way in. That reference plane is getting in the way of us seeing what we're doing. I can see the edges. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, total of 8. Excellent. Okay. Sticking out quite a bit, but hey, there's the start of some arms. Didn't quite know where to go. Got some dip in them. Looking at how to making that planar. Planar is in a plane, not more boring. Alright, I'm going to pull these down. Back in object mode. Looking from the side, we may have gone too far forward with those. Alright, go into the sideways view. Hit spacebar to pull that up. I'm going to select our mesh. I believe we have an X-ray up here. X-ray active component. Okay. What's going on? If I select X-ray, there we go. So X-ray is everything. So yeah, we can see his shoulder kind of should be here. And we've just got this tiny little nub here. So we could have gone back a bit and at least gotten this. So I'm just going to hit Command Z a bunch. All right. Go back to where we were. Really looks like we should be angling here. Let's just try that from this viewport, see what it looks like. So we connect, it'll probably come along there. And we can move it to suit our tastes. There is a slide going on. Well, that's cool. We're learning. All right. Sorry, I've squirreled. We'll go over here. We'll grab these two again. I think these two still make sense. And perhaps our back could have gone a little more this way. We can fix. Grab that line in this back that we thought maybe we could pull out just a bit. Over here in the side view, it gives him a little more form for his shoulder blades. I like that. Did cut this a little bit weird. Who knows, maybe we'll like that too. Alright, so definitely have meatier arms now, or at least at the shoulders. this thickness of 0, local translate of 1. What I want to do is pull the top edges back in a bit so that they're not just sticking straight out. More of a gradual slope to this arm protrusion. That one. Go to vertex. Let's pull that one back in as well, just a bit. Pull that one back and I think forward. The one in front of it forward so it's a little more straight. Okay, I feel like something's going wrong again. With symmetry on, everything I select should be doubled, which means everything should be even. It seems we have 3 vertices selected. Looks like maybe we're missing something over on this side. Yeah, we lost that cut again on this side. I'm going to Command Z a whole bunch, get back to where we were again. That's odd, it was the first cut. It seems we ran out of undos as well. Okay, we'll redo what we can. If I'm not mistaken, it's these two we want. It says symmetry is on, but I've only got 2 edges selected. Alright, that connected the way we wanted. Now what's going on the other side? Sure, looks good, I guess. Connect those, I see two lines. Connect these, I see two lines. Connect these, I've got four selected, two lines. Back to faces. Twelve selected, 6 on each side. Sounds right. It's hard to get a view of that back. There we go. Looks right. Try to extrude again. This time I'm just going to leave the thickness at 0.1 because we're going to move these back anyway, and instead we'll move these other ones out. So call that a win. Grab the bottom three faces. And pull them out. There, that's kind of what we wanted. Maybe a bit much. Actually, I'm going to pull these other two back in, since this one was already back quite a bit. Now that should be a little more level. I'll do a little more shaping on this arm before we start doing anything else to it. Let it just a touch. This one face looks really weird, probably because one vertex is probably out too far. Alright, let's do another quick save. Close out another chapter.